Hello, my name is Dominic Webb, and I'm here to tell you guys drive your car, don't get robbed by it, and this is why you need to know your own car maintenance and why you can keep going on the road. And so, pretty much what I'm going to tell you guys today is how to take care of your car. Because if you were to not take care of yourself, you weren't going to eat, you weren't going to drink, you're not going to feel that great. And cars are something that give us freedom in life. You know, you want to go see your friends, you want to go get a bite to eat, you got to go to school, you got to go to work. How are you going to get there? And so pretty much cars come down to a few simple things, and those simple things go a long way. If you were to go take a road trip and you didn't check your tires, they're bald. If your tires are bald, you're gonna slip out, especially on a rainy day. And it's really important to know what your tire tread looks like, if it has air. Because if your tire blows out, you lose traction on the road, you're done for. You're crashing. It could kill you, it could injure other people, and we don't want any of that. So, telltale signs of a tire going bald, you can kind of tell. Here's a picture here. You can tell that obviously has no tread, and that is not going to grip on the road whatsoever. So, you need to be looking for stuff like this. You need to be on your car, because if you're not on yourself, you're not going to be the greatest you could be. And if you're not always on your car, it's not going to be the greatest it could be. Sure, some of us might not care, and that's okay, but you're going to be the one broken down. You say, oh, I don't have time to work on my car, I don't have time to look on my car. Most of us spend countless hours on our phones, going on TikTok, scrolling on whatever you want to do. If you would have just taken the 20-30 minutes to make sure everything in your car is right, that could save you hours of you being stuck on the road and stranded. You know what I mean? So here's just a few simple things to look for and really go a long way. And one of the main ones I like to do is the tires, as I showed you. Tires are kind of one of the most important things on your car. It's what makes them move, so to speak. Another really important thing to check is your oil level. If you don't have the correct amount of oil, you have too much, you have too low, the engine might not run how it should. And if it's running low and it runs out of oil, you're going to have a completely bigger problem. And trust me, it's going to hurt your pockets. It's going to hurt it a lot. And if we want to talk about hurting pockets, oh, I don't work on my car, oh, I don't have time, change my oil. Okay, that'll be $200, $150. I'll be light, let's call it $100. Okay, if you were to take the 20-30 minutes to do it yourself, you could probably do it for $40, $50. Pocket that $50. Go get yourself some dinner. Go treat yourself. Go get something. That adds up. And when you get into the more complex repairs and stuff like that, you can save seriously a lot of money for especially some of the simple stuff. Like, my parents go to the dealership to get their car worked on for oil changes and stuff like that. They get it free when it was some sort of warranty or whatever. They get a free oil change and a tire rotation. It's like $20 or whatever. And the funny thing, the thing that gets me all the time is the cabin air filter. Basically, what the cabin air filter does is it filters the air going through your AC, basically the air blowing at you. And they wanted to charge $110 to change that. Okay, so someone that doesn't know cars, okay, $110 to change it. I don't want to breathe through the air or whatever. But you go and get it yourself, $25. How long does it take me to do it? 10 minutes, if that. 5 on a good day. And maybe to someone that's never done it before, 20 minutes. But you just saved like $90. That's crazy. And shops will charge that. Trust me, they will. That's a real life experience I went through, and that's something that probably everyone will go through that don't work on their own car. So not only will this save you money, it'll save your life too. Like, going back to the tire thing again, if you were to slide out, lose traction on a rainy day, if you were to blow out a tire on the freeway, who knows what could happen. It can go very bad. And that's why you need to listen to your car. Most of these new cars, it doesn't have to be super fancy, but one of the more standard things in today's cars are tire pressure lights. And that basically tells you, hey, the tire pressure is too low, or in some cases it could be too high too if you overfill it. And that's pretty much your car just telling you, hey, check me out, work with me, or service engine soon. That basically means, hey, change my oil, or hey, do some other service. And then when something's wrong with your car, check engine light pops up. And that's something that needs to be addressed soon, because if you're out in the middle of nowhere, it's just say in the middle of the day, and you're out getting a bite to eat, you got to be somewhere later, your car breaks down, you probably won't get there. And, that could have been something that you prevented. And no, some stuff you can't prevent. It just happens. But for the most part, a lot of the stuff that happens when your car breaks down is just poor engine maintenance, poor car maintenance in general. And that's something that really needs to be addressed, and why you should be under the hood of your own car and get that looked at. Take the time to do it, because I know lives may be busy. Everyone's busy, but I promise you got 20 or 30 minutes out of your day. Come on now. We all got that. I got that. You got that. So pretty much just listen to your car, do your basic maintenance, do your research. If you don't want to be stranded, if you want to save some money, do your research, get that going. You know what I mean? It comes down, and once you get the hang of it, it is pretty simple. Not all of us work on cars, but YouTube video and a small little socket set, you're good to go. You can do a lot of stuff. And another thing is to keep a jack with you in your car, because if you get a blowout and you have no way to lift the car up, yeah, you may have the spare tire, but you can't get that tire off. You need to learn how to change that tire. You need to learn how to check the oil and other fluids too. There's coolant, there's power steering fluid, there's transmission fluid, and there's some other fluids too. But you need to be on top of all those to prevent catastrophic failure. So this is just my advice. This is my input on the whole situation. But if you want to save time, money, and pretty much your life in worst cases, look at your car, understand your car, and take the time to address it. Yeah, it might not interest you, but when you're broken down on the side of the road, maybe you're going to wish, oh, I wish I checked my car before I went. So that's just my piece of advice. I hope you guys take it, because you really need to get under the hood of the car, understand your car. If it's making weird noises, don't just ignore it. Don't just turn that radio knob up. I know it's tempting, but don't do it. Listen to your car, and you will save a lot of money, time, and maybe even your life. Thank you, and have a good day.